My name is Blake Dieterlin. Today I will be giving a Pecha Kucha on the effects that meditation has on the brain. People have meditated for thousands of years. They meditate for many different reasons. Some do it to relax for a couple minutes. Others do it to truly improve brain function. Still others do it to see how long they can go focusing for one period of time. Whatever the reason may be, there are many benefits to correctly meditating. Meditation is when you pay attention to your breath and only your breath. The mind will wander during this time, but every time it does, you consciously bring it back to focusing on your breath. You inhale and exhale, and it's that simple. A study from UCLA found that long-term meditators had better preserved brains than non-meditators as they aged. Participants who'd been meditating for an average of 20 years had more gray matter volume throughout the brain than those who had not meditated. Just as you must exercise muscles to make them grow, you must also exercise specific parts of the brain to make those specific parts grow. Gray matter in the brain is responsible for many things, but most notably, it is responsible for one's ability to focus. Naturally, by focusing on your breath, the gray matter in the brain grows, which also acts to preserve the life of a brain. A study carried out at Yale University found that mindfulness meditation decreases activity in the default mode network, the brain network responsible for mind wandering and self-referential thoughts. This type of mind wandering is typically associated with being less happy. It's the goal for many people to dial it down. The brain is literally making connections among neurons where it hasn't before. These connections make the brain less likely to wander and ruminate. And even when the mind does start to wander, because of the new connections that are formed, meditators are better at snapping back out of it. A study at Johns Hopkins looked at the relationship between mindfulness meditation and its ability to reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and pain. They found that the effect size of meditation was moderate at 0.3. This is the exact same as the effect size of antidepressants, also 0.3. This makes the effects of meditation sound pretty good. At their most basic level, antidepressants work to fix the chemical imbalances within the brain. Interestingly, we can achieve the exact same effect by meditating. Instead of ingesting a pill that will create more dopamine receptors, for example, we can train the brain to be more aware of how it is feeling, which in itself creates more dopamine receptors. A study at Harvard found that just 8 weeks of meditation resulted in decreases in brain cell volume in the amygdala, which is responsible for fear, anxiety, and stress. These changes matched the participants' self-reported scores of their stress levels, indicating that meditation not only changes the physical structure of the brain, but the subjective perception of our feelings as well. The brains of those who meditate become more adapted to deal with emotional challenges. The amygdala, for instance, literally decreases in size, meaning that we feel less of a need to be fearful, stressed, or anxious. The participants not only felt naturally less stressed, but they were also more equipped to deal with the presence of stress. For developing brains, meditation has as much as, or perhaps even more promise than it has for adults. One district in San Francisco started a twice-daily meditation program in some of its high-risk schools and saw suspensions decrease and GPAs and attendance increase. The distinction between ages is interesting to point out. As we have learned, the younger a brain is, the more pliable it is. For higher schools, this can be especially harmful and permanent for many of its students. By introducing meditation and its benefits at a younger age, the pathways involved are more likely to correctly adapt. In a study on addiction, they pitted mindfulness training against the American Lung Association's Freedom for Smoking program, and found that people who learned meditation were many times more likely to quit smoking by the end of the training than those in the conventional treatment. Meditation helps people decouple the state of craving from the act of smoking, so that one doesn't always have to lead to the other. This is mainly a result of an increase in awareness and focus. Essentially, someone is more conscientious of themselves. Meditation is proven to change the physical structure of the brain, but what about the rest of the body? We know that hormones like adrenaline can drastically alter one's behavior, but is there a way to achieve this in a controlled meditative state? are you able to change not just the physical structure of the brain, but the chemical makeup of the body as well. Wim Hof, known as the Iceman, caught the attention of scientists when he proved he was able to perform godlike acts. Since then, he's climbed Mount Everest in shorts, completed a marathon in the Namib Desert with no water, and proven under a laboratory setting that he's able to influence his immune system at will. He has developed his own method of meditation. In it, he breathes in and breathes out 30 times, breathing out fully on the last time, at which point he holds his breath until his body tells him to take in air again. It's as simple as that, but it has crazy benefits. This method has proven to increase dopamine, the pleasure hormone, oxytocin, the love hormone, and serotonin, the relaxation hormone, as well as tapping into pure adrenaline. This all comes in addition to the prior stated benefits of normal meditation. Hyperventilation usually makes you gasp for air, triggering the fight or flight response. In this controlled environment, you are able to force yourself to that point by holding your breath. But if you are relaxed enough, you don't have the added hindrance of increased cortisol levels. You are also inhaling oxygen entirely and exhaling CO2, which makes your body more alkaline. I believe that meditation is incredibly powerful. I have begun doing it myself for a couple weeks now, morning and night, and have truly experienced the benefits firsthand. I have also done the Wim Hof method and felt the benefits that come along with that. At the very least, I suggest you try it for a week and see how it feels.